ways to counter grips and some different strategies that we can form when we are in our opponent's close guard. So common grips that we need to deal with are single and double sleeve grips, cross collar and a sleeve grip. Okay, occasionally people will pull guard with this sleeve grip versus this one, but when there's a lot of guard players going to try and do spider guard and things of that nature, we'll get that hook grip versus your standard style judo grip. So we're going to look at some single grips, and if we're talking double lapel grip, you could say very easily on the double lapel grip it's not going to be like a traditional like here type situation, but maybe a cross choke. Okay, so we're going to start off with he is going to get a sleeve, okay, and we'll do a same side sleeve here and just do a single sleeve, okay. So right here, same side or cross side, we'll cover both. So guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll my hand under like this, and I'm going to strip. This is one I like to do the palm strip from standing, but it doesn't work the same with the leverage on the ground. So I'm going to circle, get across, and I can go on the palm there, or I can go underneath. And that'll go into like my 2-on-1 where we covered some strategies in another video on what types of grips I might do. And coincidentally, a lot of them are the same that he might do. We get into some different concepts here and here, right? So, let's say he has double sleeve grip. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to circle and circle. I pull that back, I pull that back, right? So, I circle under the one I want to break, then I grab, strip, strip, right? So I mentioned here, same side sleeve, that's just a circle concept, and I can pull back, or I can sort of strike it as pinky on his palm here, right? Same thing works with the cross sleeve on the single, okay? Right there, circle to the outside of the hand and wrist, boom. Then I've got my grip. Okay, so that's how we tie in our overall strategy as we counter their grips. Guards are very hard to pass and break when he has good grips. So we have same side sleeve, we have cross side sleeve, and we have double sleeve, and how we can circle out of those, right? So now, let's say he has cross collar, right? So he's got a really good grip here. We're going to go over some ways to deal with this. One is the V grip. Okay, I want to take my thumb and put it where these two fingers are at, right on my palm there, and I brace the thumb in between these two fingers on top. Okay, now he's broke my posture down. He may attempt to start going for a cross choke and things of that nature. So I'm going to make my V grip, and I'm going to go upward at a 45-degree angle and pop that off. Okay, so go ahead and grab that one. Make your V grip. Be sure you don't do this, like a W or a butterfly with your thumbs still on each other. Go there, it's so much stronger here. Okay, now another one I do from standing is this. I like this more from standing, but this V grip I feel is stronger on the ground, right? Pulling it down a lot of times, that's not helping me much. I want to go up with it, right? And sometimes gripping and grabbing and pulling it out or upward is a little more difficult, but I can pop it off this way and get my shoulders back and go into my breaking. Your B variation off that is he's got here, and I'm going to go for an E break here over the collar, right? And that kind of takes his leverage away. Then I can start working in for a B grip or to come over, right? So here I can E break across as well, right? So from here, he loses his grip once I E break over those tendons in his forearm and it's where his elbow, the crook of his elbow bends, right? So that's some ways to deal with this across collar. We're either going to V grip or we're going to E break. We're circling out of our sleeve grips. Now, cross collar, same side sleeve. Okay, so we have the combination idea. Now, if he's really controlling this might be hard to deal with, but then we can do a combination idea. Okay, and you can do those in any order. Right, and these types of grip fighting drills become very important. So look, if he's keeping my hand from coming up to do the V grip, I circle. And then I V grip. So what I want to be focused on is if I can't do something in order there, if I can't go over my break, I have to deal with these grips. Okay, so prioritize breaking the grips and countering the grips before you do anything. Okay, so the last thing we'll deal with is when he does the cross choke. Okay, so Michael gets he's got 8 fingers in the gi, essentially, his thumbs on the outside, 4 fingers on each side. Feel a little pressure as he starts to turn it. Nice. So what I want to do is, whether this palm is on top or in the gi is irrelevant for what we're doing today. There are 3 ways to do this choke. Palms here, and one of the other. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take our L grip on this bottom elbow and push it over. Okay, that alleviates a lot of our choke. So what I'm trying to do is he has a little bend in his elbow. I'm trying to kind of hyperextend that, and then I prop it on his side there. Right? Now from here, I can start to pop that off. Let's say he's going to grip on my collar there, Michael. So I've got this dealt with, right? So this one, if he keeps a good grip, one thing I can try to do is circle out. Okay? Now, that's going to be on a guy that has like a really strong grip. He's swinging a hammer. But a lot of times, when they're going for this cross choke, what I'll do is I'll just deal with this bottom arm first. I'll prop it there, and then kind of wait to see what he does with this, right? And this is a great way to counter the cross choke and kind of counter what his arms are doing, which are twisting and creating leverage. Okay, so go ahead and try and set your choke there, Michael. I want to keep his hips from turning. I can go into my E-break there and just start breaking down his anatomy of his gripping system. So this is some concepts and strategies on our grip and how to deal with some things he's going to do. He's going to cross collar. He's going to collar and same side sleeve. He's going to double sleeve. He's going to same side sleeve, cross choke. We need to have some strategies on how to deal with these things. We need to reverse engineer that from when we get to when we're in Michael's position as well. Okay, so be sure you're thinking about your gripping strategies before you break, before you try and pass the full guard.